Welcome everyone. 21st November. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is retracing the entire move that we had with Trump. Awesome. Now when I look back at it, I think maybe this move was just a knee-jerk reaction to the market after Trump winning. And now, since he's not in the office, since he hasn't really haven't really done anything concrete at this point. So price is just retracing because this was just the anticipation that he won. Now we're just retracing, saying that, okay, this was a knee-jerk reaction to the winning, and now let's just retrace to probably fall later on in the coming months. But we'll see what happens. Let's take a look on the 4 hour. 4 hour is creating a support, obviously. We have a support forming at 26.48. Let's take a look on the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour support is right over there, which is perfect. We have a resistance on the 1 hour, and it seems like this is a 100 pip range actually. Let's take a look on the 30-minute time frame. Let's adjust these zones. One over here. Let's adjust this right over here. So this is a pretty big range that we have on gold between. So let's do this. Bring it down here, boom. Between 26.58 and 26.47. It's like a 100 pip range. Let's take a look to the left-hand side. Looking to the left-hand side, we do see that there is some sort of clean range where we can move into. It's like a 72 pips over there. So probably we're going to mark this area off just like this, around 26.66. So we're going to mark this off, and we know that if we do break above 26.60, there's a 62 pip range where price can move into, 62 pip range. If we do break below 26.47, you have almost like a 100 pip range where we can move down towards 26.35. Now, one thing I want to take a look at is I want to take a look at the journey on the 15-minute. You see these wicks right over here? We want to see the journey on the 15-minute, what this really looked like on the 15-minute time frame. So looking on the 15-minute, it seems like it was a lot of, mess. You had a lot of rejection. So, right off the bat, if you take a look at this, and let's take a look at the area above 26.60 on the 15-minute. So it's kind of like a clean area, but there was still like a minor resistance, almost, 30 pips away. So in these cases, I would solely look on the 30-minute time frame, and I would only expect the 30-minute volume to continue price up, because on the 30-minute, you have clean range. Even for sells on the 30-minute time frame, you have kind of like clean range, but still a little bit of a wick. So if you were to compare what's better, buys or sells, it's very easy to understand that buys are much better since you have cleaner range. Sells are okay, but still you got these wicks over here, which translate into like minor supports on the 15-minute time frame. So we'll have to wait and see. One other possibility could be that what if we are creating a support around 26.53 for price to move down. I mean, if you can get a 30-minute candle to break and close below 26.53, then you're looking at about like a 50 pip range for price to move down, but then there's a wick rejection here, like maybe like 24 pips away. Wick rejection, even on a 15-minute time frame, it's very sketchy, for the lack of a better term. It's very difficult, so I'd be rather looking for price to break and close about 26.60 to move up, or break below 26.46 for price to move down. But we'll see how price sets up. But we're going to see you guys later on for pre-London session anyway. Let's take a look at pound yen over here. Starting from the daily, let's take a look at this. Now, the previous daily candle closed with no wick at the bottom, which means there's a very, very high bullish volume in this daily candle. But at the same time, if we measure this wick, this is, a 120 pip wick, and the body is, 66 pip body. So it sort of seems like a rejection candle on a daily, since the wick is twice the size of the body. This candle here just moved down on pound yen since it's formed, hasn't really moved up. So we don't know if it's really going to move up. I mean, if it's really going to move up, then we're going to find that information on the small time frames. Let's take a look on the 4 hour here. So now looking at the 4-hour time frame, obviously we have a resistance forming. At the same time, there's another resistance being formed right up over here. Let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame. Looking at the 1-hour time frame, now we have some more information. Obviously, we have some more zones now. We have resistance right there. This resistance. This is almost like, 196,650. And there is a support area formed right here around 196 even. Let's take a look on a 30-minute time frame. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, now we have some minor zones over here. And the one thing that we can identify very clearly is that we do have a support area. We do have a support area right here on the 30-minute. And then now if we're looking at the zone, there's another resistance around 196,250. And I think that's something that we can take a look into if price does start to break above this area. I mean, if you do break above, let's say 196,280, the next resistance is 26 pips away. So now on pound yen, you can kind of see how tighter the ranges are, compared to gold. Like on gold, just this range is 100 pips. Above this area, 2660, you have like a 62 pip range. But looking at pound yen, this is not that big at all. This is just only 25 pips for price to move, right? In the same way, if you do move down below 196 even, looking to the left-hand side, there's a market open support, which is literally 15 pips away. But there's also a bigger support right over here, which is, I think, 40 pips away. Oh, 58 pips away, right? So at this point, there's some decisions that we have to make, because if we're looking at pound yen, if we're looking for pound yen to break below 196 even, then you're expecting volume to continue pushing price below 195,900 here to the left hand side and all the way down towards 195,500. So volume, you're anticipating volume to continue pushing price down. So that's the sell. Now you can see how sell has sort of like a clean range here to the left hand side, apart from this minor disturbance. So I'm going to call this disturbance. And for buys, the range is smaller. So this is where you have to decide whether you will look for buys above 196, let's say 300, or you're going to look for sells below 196 even. Me, if I was looking at pound yen, I'd be looking at sells below 196 even, because it's much bigger range. So let's see what happens. But anyway, we'll see you guys later on for the pre-London session. So till then, take care.